true voter contribution is when your voice is heard on national issues and shapes decisions beyond the election day.
Will these MPs really help those that need in their community, or just the ones that vote for them?
Good evening and welcome back to another edifying episode of the 2026 Inter-Secondary School Debate Series, brought to you in association with the Caribbean Union Bank. Thank you so much for joining our first encounter in the third round of the Inter-Secondary School Debate Series. And if you would have missed the first two rounds of the competition, let me just take the time to inform you that 6 schools have advanced to round 3 of the competition. They are, in no particular order, the Sir Novelle Richards Academy, the Antigua Grammar School, the Antigua Girls High School, the All Saints Secondary School, the Ottos Comprehensive School, and the St. Joseph's Academy. Please give them a round of applause. This evening, however, we will begin the competition with the Ottos Comprehensive School and the Sir Novelle Richards Academy, who will be meeting to debate the moot Antigua and Barbuda should switch to a proportional representation electoral system. Now, before we get started, we are to meet the members of both teams, starting with the proposition, the Ottos Comprehensive School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jana Paredes. I will be your first speaker from the proposition, hailing straight from the Ottos Comprehensive School.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan Mitchell. I am the second speaker of the proposition, hailing from the Ottos Comprehensive School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Janice Espinal Jose, and I will be representing the Ottos Comprehensive School, and I am the backup speaker.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kyra Anthony, representing the Ottos Comprehensive School, and I am the backup speaker.
We now move to the opposition, the Sir Novelle Richards Academy.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pete Charles, and I'm from the Sir Novelle Richards Academy.
Good evening. My name is Amarai Carneville, and I'm the second speaker for the Sir Novelle Richards Academy.
Good evening. My name is Alicia Quinlan, and I'm first standby speaker for the Sir Novelle Richards Academy.
Good evening. My name is Daria Harrigan, and I am the second standby speaker for the Sir Novelle Richards Academy.
As is customary, a panel of judges will decide on the team that is to advance in the competition. And joining us on this panel this evening, we have none other than Ms. Sharon Herbert, Social Sector Planner within the Ministry of Social Transformation, Mr. Kieran Murdoch, Communications Officer for Integrated Health Outreach, and Ms. Tarika Ferris, who serves for the government of Antigua and Barbuda. And our timekeeper this evening, the lovely, the incomparable, Ms. Aisha Lynch. We will begin this evening's encounter with the proposition's first speaker, Ms. Jana Paredes, and we will move on to the first speaker of the proposition, Mr. Pete Charles. We will then move on to the second speakers of each team. First speakers will be given 5 minutes for their presentations, and second speakers will be given 3 minutes. The bell will ring once at the 2-minute mark and twice before the allotted time expires. Following the presentations, we will move on to the rebuttals. In that segment, 3 minutes will be allotted to each debater. It is now time to hear from our sponsor, the Caribbean Union Bank, but when we get back, we'll start this debate. Don't go anywhere.
Reporting live from Caribbean Union Bank's press conference, where bank representatives will address its customers and the media, explaining just how CUB simplifies life through its financing.
Today, my team and I will share with you how CUB's financial solutions are designed to simplify your life. Now let's open the floor for any questions that you may have.
How can you help me as a retiree?
That's a good question. We offer customized retirement solutions at competitive rates.
How easy is it for me to switch my mortgage to CUB?
With attractive interest rates and minimal switching fees, CUB makes switching mortgages easy.
Do you offer point of sale machines?
Absolutely. All point of sale systems can speed up checkout and boost sales.
Those were great questions, and our team is here to further support you. We're Caribbean Union Bank, the bank that cares, and our doors are open to welcome you.
Welcome back to the 2026 Intersecondary School Debate Series, brought to you in association with Caribbean Union Bank. If you are just joining us, let me remind you that the moot for this encounter is Antigua and Barbuda should switch to a proportional representation electoral system. We will now begin this encounter with the first speaker of the proposition, Ms. Jana Paredes from the Ottos Comprehensive School. Please make her feel welcome.
Good evening, Madam Moderator, honorable judges, worthy opponents, and members of the audience. Abraham Lincoln defined democracy as government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Today, the proposition firmly declares that adopting the proportional representation electoral system would be a revolutionary step towards achieving real democracy in Antigua and Barbuda. Let us first define our key terms. The UK Parliament defines proportional representation, PR, as an electoral system in which the distribution of seats correspond closely with the portion of votes cast for each party. Simply put, votes should match seats. Antigua and Barbuda currently uses the first-past-the-post (FPTP) system, which the ACE Electoral Knowledge Network defines as the simplest form for plurality voting using single-member districts and candidate-centered voting. For our presentation, I will demonstrate that PR reduces political prejudice, treats votes more equally, and leads to a fairer allocation of seats. My colleague will then show that PR is more modern, better reflects the will of the people, and encourages cooperation among political parties. Firstly, Madam Moderator, our current system follows a candidate-centered approach, which can foster bias in voter behavior and unequal political attention. Wavefront 2024 notes that under FPTP, voter behavior tends to be influenced by personal and political benefits as well as perception of candidates. Additionally, political parties tend to concentrate their resources in constituencies where the outcome is uncertain, while neglecting areas where the result is already a guaranteed win or loss. Learned opponents. Our current system tells voters to prioritize personalities over national direction and encourages politicians to pursue political advantage rather than national advancement. As a result, elections risk becoming glorified popularity contests rather than genuine reflections of national priorities. Political analyst Peter Wickham notes that the PR system introduces a party-centered approach that focuses more on policy direction than candidate likability. This structure also encourages more balanced distribution of political attention and resources across the country. Secondly, consider the constituency structure of Antigua and Barbuda, comprising 17 constituencies, each with a different number of registered voters. A 2024 article on Antigua Newsroom highlighted St. Philip South as the smallest constituency with 1,252 registered voters, and St. George was the largest with 5,930 registered voters. This means that a candidate running in St. Philip South can win with far fewer votes than a candidate running in St. George. Judges, when the post varies according to constituency size, the weight of each vote becomes unequal. However, Sir Ronald Sanders has proposed a party list PR model in which Antigua and Barbuda would function as a single national constituency to elect parties to Parliament. This would ensure that every vote carries equal weight, thereby strengthening electoral fairness. Thirdly, Peter Wickham also highlights that the FPTP system often leads to disproportionate allocations of seats. As evident in the 2004 elections, the ABLP won 42% of the votes, yet secured 24% of the seats, while the UPP won 56% of the votes, securing 71% of the seats. Likewise, in the 2018 elections, the ABLP won 59% of the votes, yet secured 88% of the seats, while the UPP received 37% of the votes, but obtained only 6% of the seats. Distinguished opponents, these figures clearly demonstrate that our current system consistently fails to translate votes into accurate representation, leaving large portions of the electorate underrepresented. That is not democracy, that is distortion. Under the PR system, seats are allocated based on the number of votes each party receives, ensuring that election results more accurately reflect the true will of the people. Judges, our current electoral system encourages political bias, constituency imbalance, and distorted representation. These flaws persist even within transparent electoral system processes, signaling the urgent need for reform. If democracy truly means government of the people, by the people, and for the people, then our electoral system must reflect the will of the people, not distort it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Paredes, starting us off strong. She would have completed her presentation in a time of 5 minutes and 8 seconds. We now call on the opposition's first speaker, Mr. Pete Charles from the Sir Novelle Richards Academy. Please give him a round of applause.
Madam Moderator, distinguished judges, worthy opponents, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My colleague and I stand to oppose the motion that Antigua and Barbuda should switch to a proportional representation electoral system. First, let's clarify key terms. Antigua and Barbuda, as outlined by the Governor General and the Representation of the People Amendment Act 2023, operates under a Westminster system, in which representatives are elected from geographic constituencies, and the majority forms the government. Switch, as defined by the Cambridge Dictionary, means to replace one thing with another. Proportional representation, as defined by the International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance, or International IDEA, is a system where a party's share of parliamentary seats matches its share of votes. The motion asks whether Antigua and Barbuda should replace its constituency-based system with one where party receives seats based on votes. We, the opposition, strongly disagree. To validate our position, we consulted His Excellency, the Governor General Sir Rodney Williams, the Honorable Osbert Frederick, Speaker of the House, and representatives from both major parties, Senator Shanella Gavaya of the ABLP and Harold Lovell of the UPP. With their support, I will outline the challenges of proportional representation, including electoral confusion, complex government formation, and fragmented governments. My colleague will discuss the strengths of our current system. Firstly, Madam Moderator, proportional representation or PR systems are often more complex, requiring voters to rank candidates or select from party lists, which can lead to confusion and more informal ballots. After Australia switched its Senate voting system in 2016, the Australian Electoral Commission reported a rise in informal ballots from 1% to over 3%, citing voter confusion. The Antigua and Barbuda Electoral Commission reported that 0.6% of the 42,000 ballots cast in the 2023 elections were rejected. If voter turnout remains at 70%, switching to proportional representation could disenfranchise as many as 2% or over 850 voters. Worthy opponents, is this truly fair in a democracy where every vote matters? That's a risk we cannot afford. Secondly, Madam Moderator, the challenges continue after the ballot process. PR systems often complicate government formation. The IDEA reports that about 70% of PR elections result in fragile coalitions, sometimes taking weeks or even months to form. For example, the BBC notes that Guyana, the only Anglophone Caribbean country with a pure PR system, faced a 5-month deadlock after the 2020 election before forming a government. In contrast, the Speaker of the House reinforced that there is no record of such gridlock under the constituency system. That's real stability. Madam Moderator, why trade what works for political limbo and uncertainty? Finally, honorable judges, coalition governments under proportional representation are often fragmented. The Governor General notes that extensive negotiations among parties with different priorities often led to slow decision-making. This risks political deadlock, paralyzing essential services, as seen in Israel in 2020. According to the BBC, coalition disagreements led to failed budgets and disrupted public services, stalling national progress. Senator Chanel Gavai explains, this is because coalition leaders are always, and I quote, seeking an advantage. Hence, Haralovo maintains that a decisive majority is needed to deliver effective governance. Madam Moderator, such rare agreement on both sides of the House powerfully reinforces the value our current system brings to our people. In conclusion, Madam Moderator, should we trade our stable constituency system for rejected ballots, unstable governments, and policy gridlock? Let's not risk our country's stability for confusion and chaos. Protect what works. Vote no to proportional representation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Charles, representing Sir Novelle Richards Academy. He made his presentation in a time of 4 minutes and 59 seconds. We will move swiftly along to the second speaker of the proposition, Mr. Jonathan Mitchell. Please give him a round of applause.
All protocols previously established. Good evening. My colleague has defined our key terms and shown that proportional representation, or PR, reduces political prejudice, treats votes more equally, and leads to a fair seat allocation. I will demonstrate that PR is more modern, better reflects the will of the people, and encourages cooperation among political parties. Firstly, Madam Moderator, our current electoral system was imposed through British colonial dominance, preserved not because it is the most democratic system, but because we inherited it. The Electoral Reform Society 2025 states that fewer than 55 countries still use the FPTP system, largely due to colonial history, while over 130 countries use PR or mixed systems, making it the most widely used democratic model today. Judges, how can we advance as a democracy while holding on to a colonial fossil? PR offers a more modern system that better reflects our national identity and democratic vision. Secondly, the FPTP system undermines democracy by silencing minorities. For one, votes cast for losing candidates effectively become wasted votes. Moreover, the free and fair election network states that a candidate can win with less than half of the total votes, silencing a greater majority. Additionally, the ACE Electoral Knowledge Network notes that FPTP often excludes smaller parties. This is reflected locally in the experience of Joanne Messiah, leader of the DNA, whose party received 2% of the national vote in the 2018 election, but scored 0 of the seats in parliament, demonstrating how the system marginalizes emerging parties and silences their supporters. Judges, democracy was never meant to silence voices. It meant to represent them. In contrast, PR ensures that every vote counts and every voice matters, allowing for truer representation of the will of the people. Thirdly, according to the International Institute of Democracy and Electoral Assistance, PR encourages cooperation among political parties, as governments are often formed through coalitions. Judges, Instead of a system where winner take all, PR creates a parliament where multiple voices and perspectives contribute to national decision making, greater inclusivity, balance, and fairness. Our current system is rooted in a colonial legacy that divides, distorts, and silences. Maintaining the status quo means accepting a system where many votes never become representation. For these reasons, the proposition firmly maintains that Antigua and Barbuda should switch to a proportional representation electoral system. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Getting very passionate there. He would have made his presentation in a time of 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Give it up for the Ottos Comprehensive School. We will now call on the second speaker for the Sir Novelle Richards Academy, Miss Amaraya Canaville. Please give her a round of applause.
All protocols previously observed, good evening. Madam Moderator, my colleague has addressed the challenges of switching to proportional representation. Today, I will highlight the benefits of retaining our first-past-the-post electoral system, including stability, accessibility, and accountability. Firstly, Madam Moderator, the true strength of the constituency system lies in its stability. Countries like the UK and Jamaica have averaged only about 18 to 20 governments since 1945, consistently completing their terms, according to the UK Parliament and Caribbean Elections Database, or CEA. In contrast, PR systems are prone to frequent collapse, as in Italy, which has had over 60 governments since 1945, averaging a new one every 13 to 14 months, as per the BBC. Honorable judges, our system delivers uninterrupted governance with no record of government collapse, according to the CEA. Worthy opponents, why abandon this proven stability for proven instability? Secondly, Madam Moderator, accessibility is at the heart of our system. As the Governor General notes, having MPs tied to geographic areas ensures citizens know exactly who to approach with local and national concerns. In 2023, the Antigua Observer reported MP Lewis urging the government to address poor clinic conditions in Grace Farms and Five Islands. Thanks to direct representation, the clinic was closed in 2024 for repairs, prompting nationwide renovations. This case shows how our system turns community problems into government action. Unlike PR systems, our models keeps our governments close and responsive to community needs. Finally, Madam Moderator, accountability is a cornerstone of our system. As Senator Shanella Gavaya notes, having a local MP strengthens accountability because voters judge their MP's performance, not just the parties. After the January 18, 2023 elections, Antigua Newsroom reported 5 established MPs lost their seats when constituents felt neglected. This sends a clear message. Representatives who fear their communities can and will be replaced by those who are more responsive. That is true accountability to the people, not party lists or distant coalitions. Madam Moderator, the power of our democracy lies in a system that delivers stability, accessibility, and accountability. Let's stand by the proven model that keeps our communities strong and our voices heard. Vote no to proportional representation. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Canaville. I think the future is looking very bright with these young people today. Miss Canaville would have presented in a time of 3 minutes and 5 seconds, and that brings us to the end of the second round of speakers for this debate. So we will take our second break to hear from our sponsors, the Caribbean Union Bank, and when you get back, we have the rebuttals. Don't go anywhere, you don't want to miss it.
Reporting live from Caribbean Union Bank's press conference, where bank representatives will address its customers and the media, explaining just how CUB simplifies life, through its financing.
Today, my team and I will share with you how CUB's financial solutions are designed to simplify your life. Now, let's open the floor for any questions that you may have.
How can you help me as a retiree?
That's a good question. We offer customized retirement solutions at competitive rates.
How easy is it for me to switch my mortgage to CUB?
With attractive interest rates and minimal switching fees, CUB makes switching mortgages easy.
Do you offer point of sale machines?
Absolutely. All point of sale systems can speed up checkout and boost sales.
Those were great questions, and our team is here to further support you. We're Caribbean Union Bank, the bank that cares, and our doors are open to welcome you.
Welcome back to the 2026 Intersecondary School Debate Series. If you are just joining us, the Ottos Comprehensive School and the Sir Novelle Richards Academy have been going head-to-head, debating the moot Antigua and Barbuda should switch to a proportional representation electoral system. The rebuttal segment is now about to begin, and each presenter is going to be given 3 minutes in which they are to complete their presentation. The bell will ring once at the 2-minute mark, and then twice when the time has expired. Allow me to welcome none other than Miss Amariah Cannaville of Team Sir Novelle Richards Academy.
Madam Moderator, honorable judges, worthy opponents, listening and viewing audiences, once again, good evening. Before I address the points of my worthy opponents, let me remind you of the allegory of the dog and the bone. Like the dog who lost his real bone, chasing a reflection of a bigger bone, we must not be misled by the illusion of proportional representation and give up our proven, stable constituency system. Firstly, honorable judges, my worthy opponent stated, every vote carries weight and improves voter contribution. Madam Moderator, how meaningful is voter contribution if your voice is only heard on the ballots and not in Parliament? True voter contribution is when your voice is heard on national issues and shapes decisions beyond the election day. Secondly, my worthy opponent stated that PR systems improve cooperation. Madam Moderator, if the dominant and minor party can't even come together to effectively discuss a bill without fighting, how can they come together to effectively run a country? When they are busy fighting over power, who is fighting for the people? Madam Moderator, that bond me. It should be people over party and not party over people. Thirdly, Madam Moderator, my worthy opponent stated that PR systems increase fairness. Is it fair for the citizens of a country to wait 541 days for a government to form, as in the case of Belgium after the 2010 elections, as per the BBC? Fairness is about effective governance. How can you be effective if you can't even form? Finally, Madam Moderator, my worthy opponent stated that our current system encourages political bias. Don't take their word for it. In fact, don't even take the words of this 16-year-old who cannot even vote in the upcoming elections. Take the words of the Governor General and Speaker of the House, who both agree that our system is best because it connects us with our MPs. Madam Moderator, that's accountability. Take the words of the government and opposition, who also both agree that our system is best for its stability. The record is clear. Our system is tried and true. In conclusion, Madam Moderator, our electoral system is not a game. Why experiment and gamble with our stability for the uncertainty of a fragile system? Honorable judges, you gamble at a table, not with the nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Cannaville, representing Team Sir Novelle Richards Academy. She would have completed her presentation in a time of 3 minutes and 1 second. To wrap up the rebuttals, we will now hear from the proposition, represented by Ms. Paredes. And I'm asking you to please give the Ottos Comprehensive a round of applause.
All protocols previously established, good evening once again. We have listened closely to the opposition, reflected on their arguments, and quite frankly, we are concerned. Although they spoke with great passion, passion does not substitute mathematical fairness. Firstly, Madam Moderator, the opposition stated, and I quote, stable constituency. Madam Moderator, is FPTP really stable? If someone told you that a 60% foundation can hold 100% of your structure, you wouldn't call that stable. You would call it a collapse waiting to happen. Secondly, the proposition stated that PR is too complex. This is perhaps their most disappointing point. Are you suggesting that the citizens of Antigua and Barbuda do not understand a fair ballot? We manage complex technology every day. To suggest that a fair system is too complex for the intelligence of this nation, that isn't an argument, but an insult to the intelligence of this nation. Thirdly, my worthy opponents stated, in simple words, a local link. However, do these MPs really help those that need in their community, or just the ones that vote for them? PR ensures that every voice is heard, no matter where they live. It ensures every voter value matter, not just someone who comes around to fix a pothole every 5 years during election season. Fourthly, Madam Moderator, the opposition spoke about how the PR system is prone to collapse. They stated, and I quote, they stated that coalition leaders are always seeking an advantage. That is indeed true. That is why our current system tells voters to prioritize personalities over national direction and encourages politicians to pursue political advantage rather than national advancement. As a result, elections risk becoming glorified popularity contests rather than genuine reflections of national priorities. In conclusion, the opposition has spent their time defending a distortion. If democracy truly means government of the people, by the people, and for the people, then why are you defending a system that silences the minority to make life easier for the majority? On this note, we, the opposition, firmly believe that it is time for a change. Every vote matters, heard, and every vote should be heard. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Paredes. Wrapping up the rebuttal system quite nicely, she would have presented in a time of 3 minutes and 14 seconds. And that brings us to the end of the first encounter in the third round of the 2026 Intersecondary School Debate Series. Please show your appreciation for both teams and their presentations this evening. This, by far, is one of the best debates I have seen all series. Stay tuned. When we come back, we will hear from our judges.
Reporting live from Caribbean Union Bank's press conference, where bank representatives will address its customers and the media, explaining just how CUB simplifies life through its financing.
Today, my team and I will share with you how CUB's financial solutions are designed to simplify your life. Now, let's open the floor for any questions that you may have.
How can you help me as a retiree?
That's a good question. We offer customized retirement solutions at competitive rates.
How easy is it for me to switch my mortgage to CUB?
With attractive interest rates and minimal switching fees, CUB makes switching mortgages easy.
Do you offer point of sale machines?
Absolutely. All point of sale systems can speed up checkout and boost sales.
Those were great questions, and our team is here to further support you. We're Caribbean Union Bank, the bank that cares, and our doors are open to welcome you.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for the 2026 Inter-Secondary School Debate Series, where the Ottos Comprehensive School and the Sir Novelle Richards Academy have met this encounter. The judges have deliberated and tallied their scores, and to present their findings and announce the winning team, I would welcome Miss Tarika Ferris.
Madam Moderator, fellow judges, debaters, studio and viewing audience, a pleasant good evening to you all. It is my duty this evening to bring you the judges' remarks and, most importantly, announce the winner of this evening's encounter. I would first like to congratulate both teams for advancing to this stage of this year's series. So a job well done to both teams. This evening's topic we found was quite timely, and both teams made a valiant effort in addressing the mood Antigua and Barbuda should switch to a proportional representation electoral system. The judges were very impressed this evening with the level of research, evidence in the prepared scripts, and breadth of references used to support the arguments on both sides. We felt, however, that the references could have been better delivered with further information in relation to the context of those references. We found overall that the debaters were confident this evening with good visual contact, indicating familiarity with the scripts. The rebuttals this evening as well were generally well delivered, and so we commend the debaters for recalling their opponents' arguments and attacking those arguments. We felt, however, that there is room for improvement where evidence is provided in support of the rebuttals where that is concerned. And so we come to the scores for this evening. For the proposition, we found that the best debater or the better debater was Jana Paredes. And for the opposition, the better debater, Pete Charles. And for our best overall debater this evening, Pete Charles. And so with a final score of 86, we have the Sir Novelle Richards Academy. And with a final score of 77.5, we have the Ottos Comprehensive School. And so we take this opportunity to congratulate both teams, and special congratulations to the Sir Novelle Richards Academy for winning this evening's encounter.
I would like to take this opportunity to also extend my own congratulations to Ms. Paredes as well as Mr. Charles this evening. You both would have presented very well, and I think that we all deserve to give them another round of applause. I will now call on the representative from the proposition to give their closing remarks, and then I'll have the representative from the opposition come up and do the very same.
Firstly, I would thank the person who made all of this possible. I would like to thank the Lord, our Savior, for this day and this great debate match. Two, I would like to thank our coaches who are there night and day to listen to our speeches and help us do thick and thin. And thirdly, I would like to thank the viewing audience and our amazing opponents here for a great debate match today. Thank you.
Madam Moderator, worthy opponents, esteemed judges, listening and viewing audience, once again, good evening. On behalf of the Sir Novelle Richards Academy, we would like to give a heartfelt thanks, firstly, to the Lord Almighty for giving us the strength to be here today. Thank you to the judges for their unbiased decision. In addition, thank you to our worthy opponents for giving us a thrilling encounter. Finally, thank you to the SNRA research team and our trainers. Once again, everyone, thank you.
Yes, and thank you as well to both of our teams for doing an outstanding job. As you would have heard from our head judge, this debate is one which was indeed timely, and it's amazing to hear the thoughts of our young people and to see how well they can articulate their voices. A big thank you as well to our studio and television audiences for joining us this evening. This has been the first encounter of the third round of the 2026 Intersecondary School Debate Series, brought to you in association with Caribbean Union Bank. Be sure to join us for our next episode, and until then, think positive thoughts. Good evening.
Reporting live from Caribbean Union Bank's press conference, where bank representatives will address its customers and the media, explaining just how CUB simplifies life through its financing.
Today, my team and I will share with you how CUB's financial solutions are designed to simplify your life. Now, let's open the floor for any questions that you may have.
How can you help me as a retiree?
That's a good question. We offer customized retirement solutions at competitive rates.
How easy is it for me to switch my mortgage to CUB?
With attractive interest rates and minimal switching fees, CUB makes switching mortgages easy.
Do you offer point of sale machines?
Absolutely. All point of sale systems can speed up checkout and boost sales.
Those were great questions, and our team is here to further support you. We're Caribbean Union Bank, the bank that cares, and our doors are open to welcome you.